Hello, everyone. All right, I am going to do a generic version of roulette. So, here's what is going to happen. There are a couple things that you need. I need this to stop showing. Okay. You need number one, you need some water because you're going to need it. You need your planner so you know what you need to be doing. You need to get a pencil and a piece of paper. You need to get some playing cards numbered 1 through 5. And I think that's it. Okay, so look in your journal or your planner. What 5 things do you need to do to tie up loose ends, to just get completed? Whatever, 5 things, write them down, label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, take the 5 playing cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mix them up and lay them face down. Okay? You should have your water so that way you're ready to go. Now, and we're doing it this way because then it's not the same game. We're not doing the same numbers in order. You are picking the numbers. So, all right. So pick your first number.
And by the way, yes, we're in a thunderstorm.
Yes, we're in the middle of a thunderstorm. Pick your first number, and that is the first task that you're doing. And you have 5 minutes on the clock starting now. All right. So, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to talk about over this time, but I will come up with something because I always do. Nope, that's still too low for you to see the clock. I want you to be able to see the clock. Gotta go all the way up there. All right, let's grab this. And that way you can see the clock. There we go. Okay. So, I want to talk some more about positivity, I think. Because positivity plays into a lot of things. I think maybe positivity, no, burnout. Let's talk burnout. Well, burnout and positivity kind of go hand in hand. Because, like we've said before, if you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you won't. Nobody wants to read the story of the little engine that couldn't. Your body doesn't even want to attempt to do the things of the little engine that couldn't. So you're going to be burned out on whatever project you pick, be it big, be it small, whatever. If you think immediately it's going to be too hard and I'm not going to be able to do it. So you need to keep that hope going that you're going to be able to get this project completed. You're going to be able to do it. You just need to realize that it will happen. So I want you to keep that in mind. And, anything that we do and we do in excess will cause us burnout. Think about your job, right, that you get paid for. By the end of the week, you're ready for a break. Whether you love your job or hate your job, you're ready for a break. That's burnout. If you go in and clean a room for more than 3 hours, you're going to suffer burnout because you're doing the same task for an extended period of time, and that is extremely hard to do. So let's just agree that burnout is there, burnout is hard, and it's going to happen if we don't take care of what we're doing. So that is why I ask you guys to limit things. That is why you're doing 5 different tasks for 5 different minutes. That is why we do 5-minute room rescues, 5-minute brain rescues. I tell you, when it comes to paperwork, 5 minutes. Burnout is real. Okay? It's not some made up thing for people to try and get a break. No, burnout is real. So make sure that you're taking your time. Everything will eventually get done. It's just going to take a couple days to do it. And I want you to really, really, really take your time and get it done.
I saw a lightning bolt.
Get it done right and get it done in the quality that you deserve. I hurt you.
Did you see it?
Yes, honey. Okay. So take things in space. I mean, even when it comes to filling out your planners, you need to take the time to do it, because if you go through and you fill it all in, and if you're the type that decorates it and you decorate it and you do all this stuff, well, guess what? It's going to burn you out on the planner. So it doesn't matter the type of project that you do, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're going to get burnt out on it if you don't take it in steps. Little by little makes a lot. I can eat a whole bag of cookies. It may take me 30 days to do it, or I could sit down in one day and eat that whole bag of cookies. And then I'm not going to want any more cookies. But if I eat like one or two every day for 30 days and eat that whole bag of cookies, then I'm okay. So keep that in mind when it comes to burnout. Don't eat your whole cookies all at once. Okay? Make sure that you stretch your projects out. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Time's up for that one. So now let's go through and let's pick another card. And that is now the zone that you're doing, or the item on your list that you're doing. So here we go and start. Okay. Positivity. It's hard. It's so easy to be negative, right? It's so easy to be negative, but it's so hard to be positive. But yet with positivity comes great rewards. And it comes to the point of where you can do things. You can get things accomplished. You can believe in yourself. Because if you're not going to believe in yourself, nobody else will. Because you're going to project that. So if you don't believe in who you are, in what you're doing, in what you're trying to become, in the vision you're trying to obtain, nobody else will. No matter how badly they want to. They can't. Because you're not showing them that you are. So if you want to be, these are very bad examples here, but if you want to be a great wife, you can't say, I'm going to be a great wife, and then continue to be crappy and say, I can't do it. I'm going to suck at it. I'm never going to be able to get it. Who's going to believe you? Not you. Certainly not your husband. So, but if you say, I'm going to be a great wife and I can do this just a little bit at a time, because the type of husband he is does not determine the type of wife that you are. Okay. Just a little bit at a time. I'm going to change things around, and this, and it'll happen over time. And I'm going to do it. Well, then everybody's going to start believing you because you believe in you. I don't know. And if you believe in you, you are going to project that to other people. Okay, since we're talking about projects and cleaning the house and all these other things, I want to unplug this. If you don't believe that you can do it, why would I? If you don't think you can do it and you keep focusing on the negative parts, why would I believe that you can do it? I'm not going to believe that you can do it. I'm going to hope that you can do it. I'm going to hope that you can change your feelings around and your attitude around. But until you believe it, there is not a single person in the world that's going to believe it.
Look, the gardener here.
They sure are. And they might be like me. They're going to hope you can, but they're not going to believe in you until you start believing in yourself. Because otherwise, there's nothing to believe in. You know, we're all special. There is nothing about any of us that isn't. Be it good or bad, right? We all have good traits. We all have traits we'd like to work on, but we're all special. There is not a single person out there that is like us. So never try to be somebody else because that person's already taken. Try to be you. Embrace who you are. And if you don't know who you are,
I just want to know what you do.
okay, honey, take a soul journey and find out who you are because you can love that person and that person is going to be wonderful. And I really, really, really want you to see it because with that comes a hope and an enlightenment of things that you couldn't even possibly dream of. Honey, daddy needs to be asleep for at least 3 more hours.
I want to feel like
Okay, I don't think the storm is going to end anytime soon. So please believe in yourself. Make it a goal. I'm going to do this to become more positive. I'm going to do that to become more positive. Switch things around. Don't look at the negative. Look at that positive because you will thank yourself in the end. All right, 5 minutes up. Water break. That's like Jim Cantori with the thunder snow, right?
Yeah. Like I saw a full rainbow. Like it looked like it shook that tree right there.
Yeah. Well, believe me, it was not loud enough to be close to our house. So, all right. Took our water. Let's pick another card. We're on the third one. You're going to be halfway through here. So, 5 minutes. Here we go. All right. Now I want to talk about some cleaning stuff. The 2-minute hotspot, 5-minute room rescue versus the I'm done with it and I'm putting away. Okay? Because the 2-minute and the 5-minute always seem to get dropped. And I've said that before. I've said that on a lot of videos. They always seem to get dropped. So let's look at pros and cons of both of them. And I hope I can do that in 5 minutes. I should be able to. When you're done with it, you put it away. Okay? You never have to worry about picking stuff up again. Ever. Okay? The other day I was printing out my journal, punching holes in my journal, stuff like that. And then as soon as I got done doing it, I packed everything up and I put it away. When Josiah is done with his toys, we're trying to get him to put them away as soon as you're done. Because that's the difference between it taking maybe 10 seconds and maybe 5 minutes at the end of the night. Now, putting it away when you're done, that in and of itself is a habit to get into because we can easily justify when we get interrupted. If we're tired, because we've been working on a project too long and now our brain is beat. So if we're tired, we can justify it by we have to move on to the next thing or we have to go to work or whatever. So If we know something else is coming up, right, then we can plan for that. So say we know we have to leave the house at 2 o'clock to get to this appointment. Then at 1:45, we set a reminder and we start packing things up, putting things away, putting them back to where they go. Okay? And then maybe all we got to do is one 5-minute room rescue throughout the day. Putting things back where they belong the minute you're done with them. Only handling it once. Ohio. That saves you so many trips back and forth. Now, the 2-minute and the 5-minute, I'm going to lump them together because it's the same basic thing. Whereas the other one is a constant progress, right? Because whenever you're doing something, you're picking up, putting it away. Whenever you're done with something, you're picking up, putting it away. The 2-minute and the 5-minute will give you instant satisfaction, but you have to do it. You have to be able to do it. And you have to be able to determine what that hotspot is, which room rescue you want to do. What do you want to focus on in that room rescue? Now, if right now you're looking around and your home is filled with clutter and nothing really has a home, then I would definitely start with the 2-minute and the 5-minute because you can work with multiple items at one time. But don't forget to set your timer. That will seriously help you. So set your timer, get it done. All right. Now, keeping everything in mind, it does not have to be one or the other. You can work both together. You can start working on now. When I'm done with this project, I'm going to put it away. When I'm done doing this, I'm going to put it away. And then later on tonight, I'm going to do that hotspot. So you can easily mix and match and combine the two, which is something I would definitely even suggest to do. My coffee table becomes such a hotspot because it's not just me in this home. If it was just me, it wouldn't be a hotspot, but it isn't just me. So not only do I pick up and put things away, but then I also have to do hotspots. So they work together, especially if you're not the only person in the home and you're progressing and you're going through your journey. Use them together. Use every tool at your disposal that you possibly can. All right, time's up. All right, it's time to pick another card. So go to that project. We are on number 4. Not the number 4, but this is the 4th card you picked. So here we go. Starting now. Okay. This is going to be a long video to upload, but that's okay. All right. Well, since we're talking about tools and stuff like that, let's talk about breaking up projects. I talked a little bit about it during my planner series, but let's talk about it now, right? So we have this project that we want to do, but where do I start? Even if it's the house, right? Even if that project is, I want to clean my house, where do I start? Well, you start with the thing. You got to figure out the steps that are going to take. And by that, you got to group it into actions. Every action is one step. All right? So if you're cleaning off a shelf, that's one action. If you're dusting, that's another action. If you're vacuuming, that's another action. If you got to make a phone call, that's an action. If you got to fill up paperwork, is an action. So that will help you get things done. So one thing, pick up, put away, is an action. Now, it's an action in an area. So we also want to limit our areas. We have a big project. I like to finish with the easy stuff. I don't like to finish with the hard stuff. I like to finish with the easy stuff. So what is the hardest thing? Let's get it done. Let's get it out of the way. If you can, because there are some projects where you have to go in steps, because otherwise the project doesn't get done and doesn't get done right. So this is for stuff where you can do the steps in any which way form. Get the hardest stuff done first, because then the rest is smooth sailing, and you can tell yourself, I already got the hardest thing done. I can do the rest of this. Work on that hardest thing first and then go from there. Decide how long you want to work on the project. Maybe it's only 5 minutes each day. Go for it. Maybe it's only 2 minutes. Doesn't matter. If you keep working at the projects slowly, consistently, persistently, daily, no matter what the project is, it will get done. It doesn't matter how intense, it doesn't matter how big or how small, it will get done if you are persistent with it and you have hope and you know that you can do it. Because I know that you can do it. If you didn't truly believe that you could do it, you wouldn't be watching these videos. You are trying to do something better. So let's break down our projects into steps. Let's break down our projects into days that we want to do it. Maybe you don't want to work on the same project every single day. Then don't. There is no rule stating you have to. There isn't. Maybe you want to dust everything one week. And then maybe you want to vacuum everything one week. Maybe you want to wash walls one week. Maybe you want to start going through cabinets. I give myself a month to deep clean a room because I don't want to rush myself. And I usually start on the inside stuff, so like the cabinets and stuff like that. Because believe it or not, even if you shut a door, if you've gone through and organized that thing, it will feel cleaner, even with the door shut, to you. Not to anybody else, but to you. And you are the only one that matters. Correct? Correct. Okay. So I really believe in breaking things down. I believe in that power of positivity. I believe in everything that I'm saying to you guys, and I put it in practice every single day. Because if I don't believe in it and I don't do it, there is no way that I'm going to tell you guys to do it. Because that's just silly. At least that's what I believe. All right, time's up. Last project, last card. So you know where you're at, right? I want to bring that here. Let's take a water break. All right. Last 5 minutes and you're done. Here we go. Start. Okay. So what do we want to finish with? Talked about positivity. What do I want to talk about now? Habits. Yeah, let's talk habits. Doesn't matter what it is. We turn everything into a habit. Be it brushing our teeth, be it drinking water, be it getting dressed to shoes, be it cleaning up the house, going to work. Everything becomes a habit. Some habits we have to work at immediately. Other habits can take time. But everything becomes a habit. Be it a good habit or a bad habit, right? Smoking is a bad habit. Drinking can be a bad habit. Doing drugs is definitely a bad habit. but it's a habit. So we go through our lives creating these habits. And maybe it would be a good exercise to sit down and maybe list out your habits. And then list out things that you would like to become a habit. Remember, we don't want to stop any habits. We want to add new habits that will hopefully replace the old habits. We don't want to throw our brain into this decision-making conundrum where it gets on the defensive, because then we're not going to get anywhere. Even if by adding a new habit, you totally eliminate an old habit, that is a good thing. But you're not saying you're stopping this habit. Let me give you examples. Okay, so right now, let's say I have a habit of sitting and watching TV right after dinner. Okay? As soon as dinner is done, I go and I sit down and I watch TV. But say that I would like it to become a habit that as soon as dinner was done, I wash the dishes, I clean up the kitchen, and I put the stuff away. So then instead of saying, I'm going to stop watching TV, that's not what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, as soon as dinner is done, I'm going to wash the dishes. That is going to be my new habit. Now, you can't watch TV and do the dishes at the same time. Those two habits now conflict. But you are working on that new habit without saying that you're stopping the old habit. The brain is a very, very, very powerful tool, mechanism, machine, whatever. But by instituting a new habit, and it's going to take time, it's going to take 30 days of every day in a row, I'm going to start doing dishes. I'm going to get all the dishes done right after dinner. By starting that new habit, it gets rid of the old habit without even saying that you're doing it. So your brain doesn't go into defensive mode. You're not trying to protect what you already hold dear as you enter into a realm of unknown. You are working with just starting a new habit. I'm just going to wash the dishes as soon as dinner is done. It's as simple as that. I mean, it could be something as simple as I'm going to brush my teeth with the other hand. You can't brush your teeth with the hand that you always brush with and brush your teeth with the other hand at the same time. But you're starting the other habit without saying you're finishing the first one. We're not tricking. Oh, maybe we are kind of tricking our brain here. But we're just instituting something new to better our lives. All I want you guys to strive for is to be better than what you were yesterday. And yes, some days we're going to have those awful days and those ridiculous days and those days that nothing seems to go right. But if your attitude and the way you think about it is better than what it was yesterday, you will have made an improvement. And that is what I want you guys to think about. It is all how you bring things in. Time's up. Are you going to bring in the clouds or are you going to bring in the rainbows? So there's your loose end roulette. Have a wonderful day, people.